What's up, guys? I've been getting a lot of messages on Instagram and emails asking me about my journey, where I've been, where I started, why I'm so into what I'm doing today, why I love fitness and nutrition and health and wellness, and basically everything that I love to be involved in. And I just wanted to start off that about 3 or 4 years ago, I was completely and utterly frustrated with my body. I was so upset with everything going on. I was doing terribly in school. I had really bad relationships with some people, and I didn't know what exactly wasn't clicking. And I went to the doctor's office one day with my mom. I had some back issue, and the doctor took my weight down, and I looked at the paper and I'm like, what does that say? And it read 212.5 pounds. And me and my mom exchanged this like, holy shit look. I mean, I never really was active. I tried to play sports when I was younger, and sometimes I went into these little phases when I tried to eat healthy, but it never really came to the point where I made it a habit. And when I saw that number, I was like, wow, like, Nick, wake up, buddy. And I I just was trying to talk to my mom, like, what can I do? Like, she's like, you need to stop eating all this fast food. You need to stop going to McDonald's and Burger King. And I loved Five Guys. I could eat two burgers in a sitting and a big bag of fries. And my eating habits were just terrible. The things that were probably going on inside of my body at that time, I don't even want to think about now. And I wasn't working out at all. I'd come home, throw my backpack, lay on the couch, wake up, watch some TV, fall asleep again, and I wouldn't even do my homework. I'd wake up the next morning and try to get it done. And my grades were so bad, and I just had no energy or, I guess, a good hygiene as a person. And I was looking online, like what I could get into, how I could fix this, and try to better myself. And it was like, oh, go to the gym 4 to 6 times a week, eat healthier, just the basic thing that you would think you'd do to get your body better. And yeah, I signed up for the YMCA. I went a couple times a week. I tried to eat less, and it honestly made me even more miserable. Like, standing on a treadmill is probably hell for me. I don't find it fun. I thought it was miserable when I first did it. I'm like, oh my god. I'd set the time for 40 minutes. I'd be like counting down, like when it's gonna be over. Like, please get me out of this hell. And eating healthy just seemed like the most torturous thing that a human being could possibly experience. And I was so used to like these fatty, sugary, fast food, a huge beefy burger from Five Guys, like I mentioned, the whole bag of fries. I'd eat it. I eat like a bowl of ice cream every night, and it just seemed like a normal routine habit. And then once I got to this point, I'm like, wow, like this is adding up. My health is getting so bad, and it's affecting not only my body, but it's affecting like what I'm doing outside of fitness and the gym. It's my school, it's my friendships, it's just everything that was deteriorating my life. And as I kept looking into it, I found a program called Insanity through Beachbody, and I'm like, all right. And I finally watched some videos about the workouts, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, I am not going to get through these workouts. People are on the floor, they're crying, they're drowning in sweat, they're doing these crazy jumps, these push up jumps, and all these crazy things. And I thought to myself, no way am I going to be able to do this with the body that I had at the time. And I did buy the program. It came in, and I did the first fitness test. And Sean had you do a bunch of push ups, he has you do some jumps, just basic fitness moves to try to see where you're at. And my numbers were so bad. I remember that my first day of Insanity after the fitness test, I was so upset with myself and how I wasn't able to do anything that was on the screen. I couldn't get all the way down for a push up and get all the way back up without, being out of breath or like wanting to fall to the ground. I could probably do like 2 or 3 successful push ups. And the jumps, I'd stop after 5 seconds, get a breath. I was completely out of shape. And I went through it for 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks, and then I quit. And I was like, this sucks. I'm so sore. I'm not getting anywhere. I had no motivation to turn the TV on, to do it, to cut back on my calories, to eat healthier, because I thought that I was doing these like crazy workouts. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go eat a burger because I just worked it off, and that was not working for me whatsoever. And then I read more into it, and I started to follow the nutrition program more strictly, and I started to create bigger boundaries for myself to not pass in order to build these habits for myself. And I kept going, and finally, after 3 4 weeks, it became a habit. It takes 21 days to make a habit, and once I made it a habit, I kind of got into this routine, and I'd like set the time when I'm gonna work out every day, which was usually after school, 3 o'clock, when I'm gonna eat my meals, how many meals I'm gonna eat, and it became so consistent for me, and it really helped me. Um, it helped me, stay in touch with myself and stay motivated and consistent. And I finally got to the end of the program, and I lost a substantial amount of weight, and I was really proud of myself. And I kind of realized something bad did come out of this. Yes, I lost weight from working out, but it was also because I was eating less food. And after Insanity, I started to buy more programs and stay active, but I wasn't adjusting my eating, and I wasn't eating more foods than when I should have, and I kept losing weight and losing more weight. And oh my god, Nick, you look so good turned into oh my god, Nick, you lost a lot of weight. Like people thinking I was sick or something. Like I was so bony, like I wasn't even like doing like stretches or anything, like showing my ribs, and you could just like see it. And I honestly thought it was disgusting. Some of my friends thought it was gross, and I knew that I had to start gaining weight now, and I need to get bigger, and not necessarily bigger, but I guess, I don't know, more defined and just a healthier body. Because one night I was looking at my BMI, and I was in the underweight category. I was 140 something pounds, and I was 6'3". So you can only imagine I was so low on the scale. And then I went to a local gym near me about a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, and he basically gave me a breakdown of like how much I should be eating and the kind of workouts I should be doing, and the numbers he was writing down were like blowing my mind. It was like 4 or 5 thousand calories, and I'm like, dude, I cannot eat that much food. Like I've been living like an 1800 to 2,000 calorie life for the past 2 or 3 years. Like I'm not just gonna start eating this much food. Like mentally, I'd just be scared like to eat that much food because of all this weight I've lost. Like I don't want to get fat again. And he just looked at me and he's like, look at me, like I know what I'm talking about. He kind of had like a really weird tune with me, but I was kind of admiring the confidence he was showing. He was like, look at me, I know that this is how much you should be eating. You're gonna be fine. Stick with it, and you're going to get where you want to be. And I'm like, okay, all right. And I started to eat a lot of food. Well, I currently am. I still am. I'm eating 6 to 7 meals a day, and I'm eating a lot of food, and I'm staying with my same workouts. I kind of switched it up a bit and lift like 4 times a week and do like conditioning maybe twice a week. But I got to the point where I was eating all this food, and I was so like surprised that I wasn't getting like really fat or like feeling like bloated all the time, like all these gross things. And I got like so incredibly happy, and I was finally at the point where I like kind of said to myself that I was in good shape. I was finally at a point where I was at a healthy weight. Like I'm currently 170 pounds, and I'm getting to the point. Yes, I'm still on a journey, on a goal. I want to keep gaining weight and doing all these things that I know I need to do, but it brought me to a point of happiness where my life completely changed, and it gave me like the courage to actually I did come out of the closet to like my friends, all of my family, and it just opened up me, the person I am. And that's what my journey of fitness is. It's not as necessarily a fitness journey, I call it a life journey. There's so many things that working out and eating healthy has done for me as a person, and has brought me to the point where I am so happy with the person I am, and I'm so confident in everything I do. My grades are so much better than they were when I was um, earlier in high school. I have so much more motivation. I love waking up every day, walking out of my building, wanting to do my thing, wanting to show people how I do my thing, why I do my thing, and it just has driven me for the past 4 years that I'm finally at the point where I'm at the epitome of self-confidence. And I'm currently at Penn State. I'm working with Beachbody now, and I want to get a degree from here, become a fitness professional, and become a mentor to people, and just kind of get them through their lows and their struggles, because I have been there. Everything does get better. I was at a point where that's low. That, like, where I was, I consider it the lowest of the low. I was out of I wasn't even mentally happy and physically unhappy. It was both. And nothing was clicking, and I was at the bottom. And I just want to say that if you're ever at rock bottom, you can get to the top. It took me a couple years to finally break open and tell people who I am and why I do this, why I love it, why nothing is going to stop me. But you just get to that point. If you make it a habit, you get to that point where you just become you. And that's what my journey has been for me. Thank you for watching.